We're going to start by going into our normal drink bottle design and going into animation. We're going to just plus a new storyboard down in that bottom strip, and we're going to start pulling it apart and exploding it. So just click on the transform move button. Can you see up there on the bar that I'm using? And I just pull up each part until I've got a nice stack of exploded parts that show the assembly. Try and keep them in order. Do you see what I mean? So I'm putting the little cap ring below the cap, and then the lid below that, and then the filter below that, because that's the order I assemble the parts in. So what I can actually do is I can type in the number and it gives me a more accurate placing. So I can make sure it's nicely in the middle of all the parts. So just line that ring up. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to go back. We're going to save this first. And then we're going to go back to our drawings and make a new page. So we'll head back over to our drawings, make a new page, and what we first have to do is we have to link back to our drink bottle. So I press the little link thing, the error goes away, and we're all ready to go. So I'm going to create a new base view from that storyboard I just did. I want it front on, and I'm just going to have it with visible edges at a scale of 1 to 2. Now I just click to place it, and then I can hit OK on that little side box. We're ready to go. So what I'm going to do from there is I'm actually going to create a section. So I click on my section button, I click on the parent view, and then I click on the 2 points I want to draw the line between, and I click the tick. Then I click to place it. I make sure it's got visible edges, and I do that. And I can hit OK. And then what I'm going to do is just take away that scale, because the scale is the same as the other drink bottle. I'm just going to name it section and leave the letters as they are. So section FF in this case, but you might have different letters. And then I just place that label right underneath. And then I'm ready to start doing some dimensioning. So I'm going to start with labeling my threads. So that's an important part of dimensioning. So I went into text and clicked hole and thread label. And then I just clicked in there. And I don't actually need the 2 times at the front, so I can get rid of that. I just want my 33 by 3 thread, and then I can just leave the 6G. What I'm going to do is go into text and create another hole and thread label, and I can place that. So can you see how I've added the 33 by 3s next to each other? Because the cap screws into the lid. So I'm just showing the thread pairs, because threads always come in pairs, don't they? So I'm going to show that thread pair. A G and an H there shows they're a pair. I'm going to go back into text, add another thread label, and now I'm going to do the filter. So the outside thread of the filter and then the inside thread of the bottle base. So I can just click that to place it. I've got a 52 by 3, and then I'm going to click the inside of there, have a 52 by 3. I don't need the times 18 by the end. I'm actually not sure what that is, so I can just get rid of that. So I just want the G and H to show they're a pair, and both the 52 by 3. So you can see they're paired up nicely. I'm just going to spend a bit of time lining them up. So I want those 2 to line up with each other, and then the top 2 to line up, because they're all nicely stacked up in order, because we remember we want to be really neat and precise about our technical drawings. So I'm going to do one more pair because I have 6 threads, 3 pairs on my drink bottle. So it's the inside of my lid and the outside of my bottle base. So I'm just going to show that pair. I can do it on the left over there. I just want to make sure my numbers are the same. So 60 by 4 and 60 by 4. I've got a G and an H, so I'm all good to go. So what I can do now is add some dimensions. So I want to dimension things that I haven't dimensioned on other drawings. So on other drawings, I have the overall height and that sort of thing. So what I'm going to do is just show the height of things or the width of things that I haven't shown in any of my other pages, because remember, pages come as a set. So if I've said some information before, I don't need to repeat myself again, because we want them neat and tidy. We don't need to keep giving the same message. So as you can see here, I'm stacking up the dimensions in 2 columns. So I'm keeping them all out nice and neat. They're not all higgledy-piggledy. You can see I've got 2 columns going on there. One column with a 2 and an 18, and another column with a 25 and the 42. If I'm stacking 2 dimensions on top of each other, see like there, the 16 and the 42, I want the 16 in closer than the 42 since it's a smaller number. It's only when I'm sort of stacking one dimension within another that I want the smaller one closer to the design. So if I was popping the 7 and the 17 together, I'd pop the 7 in closer. But see, there's a lot of overlap with lines. I can actually just pop that 7 dimension out on the other side and make it neater. So I think I'll do that. I'll just pop that 7 dimension on the other side. Yeah, cool. I'll just pop that out there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add some more dimensions. So I'll show overall height including the thread. I think I showed overall height excluding the thread on a different one, but I haven't shown overall height including the thread. See, I've just lined up that 200 with the 7, keeping them in nice columns. Now I'm doing this 15. Since the 15 and the 200 are sort of stacked within each other, the smaller one, the 15, will stay closer to the main design. And you can just move them around to make sure they're all nice and neat. Um, don't do any sort of major overlapping. So you saw I just moved the 15 out of the way of the 7 line, and I'm keeping them in columns. So I'm keeping a couple of columns going on there. I haven't got them all higgledy-piggledy. Keep them nicely lined up and clear. What I can do is remember if I want a diameter, it's nice to put diameters on these front views. So I'm showing the diameter of that filter is 52. So I can actually double click to edit the number and choose a symbol, the diameter symbol, to pop in front of the number. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a base view on the home angle. I'm just going to make it 1 to 5 and I'm going to pop it in the top right. So New Zealand sort of standard says that we use scales that are nice multiples of usually 2, 5, 10, 20, 25, 50, 100, that sort of thing. We don't really use 3s or 4s or 7s. We just go like 1 to 2, 1 to 5, 1 to 10, or 1 to 1 as well. We will mostly be just using 1 to 2, 1 to 5, and maybe 1 to 1 in some points. So just keep that in mind. So now I'm just going to update all the parts of my title block down the bottom. So we just double click to edit the title block, edit each bit, click out, and then you just go finish properties. And that is our 3rd page done. Awesome. One more to go.